The real reason any girl tells you to delete all your photos, text messages, videos, any proof that she dated you, she tells you to delete all of it. Okay, have you ever had an ex do this to you? Or some girl you dated is like, hey, do me a favor, delete all my text messages, delete all my emails, delete all our photos together, delete all those videos of us on your social media. I don't want anybody to see those. You ever have somebody do that to you? Because that's becoming very, very common today with a lot of dudes, especially with the rise of social media. They're like, hey, Em, what's going on with this girl? She's asked me to delete everything, and we just finished dating, and I thought she really liked me. You have to understand, the real reason why these females ask you to delete everything is because she is trying to cover her tracks for the next man, right? She does not want the next guy to know that she was with you, much less any other guys that she feels were not high value. She thought you were high value. She would be like, no, leave that stuff up. Leave it up. Don't you dare delete that photo of us. Don't you dare delete those videos of us making out in Cabo. No, keep those up there. Those photos of us on the beach in Cancun, keep that, okay? Keep that, all right? Those selfies we took in Hawaii, no, keep that up there, right? Because she wants to show that off. Because for her, that's social proof, right? Not only to just the next dude, but mostly to her girlfriends, to her family members. She's like, yep, look at what I got. I got this badass alpha male. I was dating this guy, and he was mine. She's going to be like, no, don't delete that. And usually in those situations, it's going to be you dumping her. So these are going to be situations where you're kind of tired of her. You're getting rid of her. You know, you're just not feeling it anymore. You just want to move on. You feel like you could do better. Those are the type of girls that are going to be like, no, don't you delete it. Or why'd you delete our photo? What? Well, I'm not good enough for you? She's going to be the one who's bitching. But in the situations where the girl is dumping you and she's cutting things off with you and she's ending it with you and she's asking you to delete everything, all the evidence that you were ever together, maybe you did things that were low value. Maybe you did things that were just a bit too needy, a bit too clingy, right? Which just really, really is the death of any relationship. Any male to female relationship. When you get too needy, too clingy, too possessive, the girl starts to think you're like the lowest value cockroach on the planet, where she is just completely embarrassed that she ever dated you. And you could be a good looking guy. I've seen plenty of good looking guys, right, that are almost like model looking, where their girlfriends, who aren't even as good looking as they are, embarrassed of the fact that they dated them. I'm like, whoa, how could you be embarrassed you dated a guy like this? And then the girl will be like, oh, he was so clingy, so jealous, so possessive, you know. And again, nothing repulses women more than that jealousy, that possessiveness, that one-itis, right? So when girls tell you to delete all the photos and everything, besides being embarrassed that she dated you, she's also trying to cover her tracks. So the next guy who comes along is not going to think she's this massive hoe. So the only guy she's going to really tell that guy about are her high-value boyfriends. Usually, again, the guys that dumped her. She'll be like, oh, this guy, I dated this guy. He had a brand new Benz. And then I dated this other guy. He had a Porsche. But she won't be talking about the other guy she dated. Oh, that guy just had kind of like a Nissan Sentra. Yeah, it was like a 1998 Nissan Sentra with a AM/FM cassette deck. No, she's going to cover the tracks on that guy. So a lot of times when these girls do this, it's because the next guy that they monkey branch to, she doesn't want him to know about the skeletons in her closet. And I can't stand it when girls do this, by the way. It's really, really super shady. Super shady when they try to do this, especially, you know, with a guy that she was intimate with. You know, I mean, that's bullshit. You know, it's like you were intimate with this guy. He really liked you. And it's like, oh, because he was a nice guy, you got to like hide him in the closet. He wasn't emotionally or physically abusive toward you, didn't make you cry at night. You're ashamed that you were with him. Really super pathetic. Really super pathetic, these chicks who have skeletons in their closet, and this is their way of hiding it, right? By telling you to delete everything. And you know what I tell you guys is never ever delete anything. When she tells you to delete everything, you know what you tell her? You go screw yourself. No, I'm not deleting a thing. I don't owe you anything. Kiss my ass. right? That's what you tell her. You should be offended if the girl's telling you, like, hey, delete all these messages and I want you to delete all. You should be offended because she's basically saying, you're a chump and I don't want anybody to know. And I'm not going to tell the next guy about you. I'm just going to lie if you ever say you dated me, you slept with me. I'm going to lie. I'm going to tell him that we didn't do it, right? Obviously, she's not going to verbalize that to you, but that's what she's thinking in her head. So you should keep all this stuff. Keep all this stuff as evidence, obviously, too, to protect yourself. What if this crazy bitch comes around 10 years later, 15 years later, you're running for office or something like that, tries to, like, me too you, like, you could come back around and go, nope, check this video out. Check out these photos. Oh, check out these text messages. She was stalking me, right? You'll have proof of that. So never delete anything. I don't care if she stands in, like, right above you, like, delete that now. You know what you say to her? Go screw yourself. Goodbye. Get out of my face. Don't touch my phone. Okay? Don't touch my phone. Don't touch my computer. Get out of here. You want to leave? Go. Go. Toodaloo. You get rid of them like that. Because it's some super, super shady behavior when these girls tell you to delete everything after you've dated them. I just lose all respect for a girl who does that, right? That's happened to me like once or twice. It hasn't happened a lot. And yeah, shockingly, not surprisingly, it happened when I was blue pill, when I was just like in simp mode, trying to be nice to this girl. No, me and you, girl, we can make it. What do you want me to do? I'll change, right? That's when that shit happens. Why do you guys think I teach you otherwise? Okay, I've been there, and many of you have been there, and many of you guys in my comments who've been there are trying to help other guys. So believe me when I tell you, when these girls tell you, delete the text messages, delete our photos, delete our videos, delete our emails, delete me off of your social media, you know what you say? No, I don't have to do shit. I'll do it if I feel like it, but I ain't going to. And as I've told you guys, save it in a separate folder, okay? Save it in a separate folder because you might need it one day. Save it in a separate folder. Why do you think I shoot everything? Even when I do my cold approaches, I film them now. Just because of the climate of everything, I film all my cold approaches. I just whip out my camera and I go, hey girl, I start approaching like that. And the girl's always like, hey, what's the camera for? And I tell them point blank, it's for my YouTube channel. That way I don't have to worry about getting permission. I just got her permission. This way I don't have to worry about, like, say, YouTube coming after me. It's like, nope, got permission. Right? And obviously I have haters like, no, you can't approach girls with a camera. They freak out. They freak out. This fake. Because they're incels and they don't go out and they don't do cold approach, right? And it's so hilarious to me when somebody even thinks for a second that you can't approach a girl with a camera and go like, hey, what's your name? And they won't get excited. I mean, a lot of the infields that I have uploaded to my 33 Secrets channel, you know, you'll find them if you dig around on here. They're just like very basic approaches. I'm not doing anything flashy. They're just very basic because I don't want to get any slack from YouTube. If I were to upload the kind of shit that me and my students do in field, which is some pretty crazy stuff, and clawing girls and taking girls and making out with them and spinning them around and carrying them out of the club, oh my God, it would be the end, right? And of course these guys would be like, no, not happening, it's not real, because I don't get laid. I watch Pornhub all day. This can't be happening because I don't get laid. It's super, super pathetic. But this is why I document everything myself, just to protect me as well, right? And back in the old days, what PUAs used to do is they used to just use infield cameras and then they would block out the girl's face. You don't need to do that when you just shoot, like walk up the girl and tell her point blank, hey, I'm shooting for YouTube, right? Full transparency. And what do I teach you is the number one rule in game? Not to get too far off topic. Number one rule in game is congruence. To be congruent. Every single cold approach that you will ever see me do, especially the infields I have on my channel, I am congruent 110% with who I am. I'm not hiding anything. Full transparency, right? Because as I teach you guys, a girl will never have sex with you until she gets to know who you are. And the faster she gets to know who you are, the faster she'll trust you, the faster she'll just leave with you, the faster she'll get physical with you, make out with you, and the whole nine. All right, this is why personally, I just film everything and, you know, I just protect myself. So when these girls ask you, when you're in relationships with them, delete all that. Don't. Put it in a separate folder on your computer, okay? And protect yourself. Those incels who don't go out, you guys should actually go out. So you stop embarrassing yourself and you stop making a big deal of some pickup artist, a lifelong pickup artist, walking up to just a random girl and saying hello. You know, people do that every day. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal to film it either. We're living in the social media selfie age. Whipping out a camera is not a big deal. Okay, maybe 20 years ago, they'd be like, what? What's that camera for? Nowadays, not a big deal, right? But if you actually went out, you would know that, right? If you stop loading up the Pornhub and you actually started approaching girls, that's how I could tell that somebody doesn't approach girls, when they think something like that can't be happening. No, I'm not getting laid. Can't be happening. Just tells me what a chump you are, what a chode you are, right? Because when you go out, you see how easy this is. And again, anybody who's been on my boot camps, anybody who's done game with me, can attest to the crazy shit that we do in field that I just wish I could upload to my channel. I usually share with students of mine, but I want to upload it to my channel so bad it would go viral, but in the same sense, it would be the end of me. Especially in today's like woke era. Not supposed to do that. Don't claw people. No clawing. I'm going to wrap up here. Until next time, this is M from the 33 Secrets, signing out here from my garage with the DeLorean. And don't forget to smash that like button below. Also, hit that notification bell right next to it so you're notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on the YouTube. More importantly, guys, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Helps me out a ton when you subscribe. So please make sure you're subscribed to my channel as well, so it helps with the YouTube algorithm.